Sometimes I bust one, sometimes I bust 3 times. Fuck Reddit, Twitter, all the different porn apps to find the perfect video and have my like little jerk session by myself. You're frustrated, you're bored, you're about to start work, you're in the middle of the work. I need to close this, man. The final reason that you keep jacking off is because you... Why do we masturbate when we're bored? What a way to start the video. Okay, but let's be honest. How many of you guys have had either times in your life or every single day when you're frustrated, you're bored, you're about to start work, you're in the middle of the work, oh, I need to close this, man, this fucking construction. Your default coping mechanism, the first thing you turn to when you're stressed or bored or frustrated is touching your dick. Like, what a strange concept, right? You would think when we were bored, we'd go play a video game, or we'd go talk to a friend, or we'd simply scroll on social media. But for so many of us, even if you don't do it, the first instinct is to jerk off. Maybe I'm completely deluded and this is me, and this is just me, but so many times, besides just waking up and not having anything to do, or there's that 2 hours before I go to sleep and I need to do it, it's when I get to moments of finishing a little bit of work before going into a next bout of work, or I'm about to go into deep work, my first instinct, my urge is to grab my dick. Like literally before I started to film this video, I just filmed another one, and I was like, oh, I got like 5 minutes to take a break before the next video. Thought pops in my mind, I just want to touch my dick. And this is definitely different from the times of the day where you're addicted to masturbate. Like most people, you're addicted to masturbating right when you wake up. It's the first thing you do, or right before you sleep is the first thing you do. But for me, I would always masturbate when I was stressed or bored or frustrated. If I had a hard argument with somebody, if I was pissed off at somebody, regretting something I did, if I was angry at myself, the first instinct was to jerk off? What the fuck? But then I learned why we masturbate, but more importantly, how to control it. So in this video, we're gonna do, I'm not less gay, well, who's gonna say, in this video, fuck that, that's fucking gay. I bet nobody said this to you, and this might not make sense at first, but you lack true love in your life. Now you're asking, like, Damien, what the fuck do you mean by that? Like, my parents love me, my friends love me, I think. I hope I love myself. But I know it's back to every single instance where that was my first thing to go toward, where porn was the first thing I would go toward when I felt like as a cope for life, was because there was this empty void inside. And that empty void wasn't just like the need of the pleasure or the quick dopamine, it was the empty void of not only not feeling love externally from other people, but most importantly, like not feeling love for myself. And because masturbating, ejaculating is one of the quickest hunt and gather things you can do. So our brains are wired since like the dawn of time to get the biggest release of dopamine from things that we can hunt for, things that we can go get. Like back when the ancestors were hunting the fucking mammoths, they would get the biggest release of dopamine by bringing back this hunted wild mammoth to their tribe, because that's what we were put on this earth to do. As the years go on and things get easier, we lose that need to hunt. And unlike drugs, nicotine, alcohol, things that we can quickly ingest to get that quick dopamine, masturbation still requires work. Even if it only lasts 10 seconds for you, it still requires work, and it's still faster than most, it still takes a little bit longer than most cheap dopamines. So what's the solution to this? Now, I'm not telling you to go find new friends or to go immediately get a girlfriend. These are videos for another time. It's how do we build love toward ourselves? Whoa, fucking convoluted, complicated question. It's actually not as complicated as you think. Self-love, especially for men, comes from self-pride. And I used to think that self-pride came from doing these big fucking bouts, these big extreme actions, like running a marathon, like benching 405. But self-pride comes from the everyday push, comes from the everyday action of pushing yourself just a little bit past your edge. So in my other channel, the workout channel, I always preach doing these things called death sets. A death set in a workout, there's no rules to it. It's just picking one set of your workout and training a little bit harder than you thought you could have done. Now, one, this teaches your brain that you can do so much more than you think. So after you finish that workout in the morning, you go on for the rest of your work, and you'll subconsciously, after building this up for days and weeks and months, this practice of pushing yourself hard every single day, every single morning, you'll be able to go into your work, and when you get tired and fatigued, you'll be like, you know what? Even if you don't think about this in your mind, you subconsciously go, you know what? I did that, and that showed me that I can push myself. I'm gonna push myself even more. I can keep doing this work. I can keep doing this. It helps you persevere through life. Another thing you can do to build more self-pride is something that I just recently started. This actually changed so much of my life. It helped me gain so much more self-esteem, so much confidence, and it helped me put so many insecurities. It helped me lower so many insecurities that I had about myself as a man. The two main forms of journaling I preached was gratitude journaling, the practice of writing 3 to 5 things down every single morning that you're grateful for, ranging from your bed or the people around you, just anything simple that you can be grateful for, and talking about why you're grateful for it. And I also preached anxiety journaling, like journaling down these deep anxiety-inducing thoughts and sitting with yourself, no electronics around you, no internet, just you and your thoughts, and getting the most deep subconscious thoughts from yourself. Now I'm gonna add one more, and I just recently started doing this, pride journaling. Wait, no, don't call it that, don't call it pride journaling. Just journaling. Don't put that part in, bro, I don't want canceled. And that's just journaling things that you are proud of. The act of journaling things that you are proud of. Things that you've done in the past, done recently, that you are proud of, that make you look in the mirror and say, that's the man that I'm proud of today. And I think in this generation of men, we love fucking tearing each other down. We love calling these men weak and pussies for not putting in 100% effort. And we don't give validation to other men for even the small accomplishments. And I think as women have to change that for themselves and set different beauty standards and teach other women to become maybe less promiscuous, more loving, more loyal women, we have to do the same as men. It starts with us appreciating other guys for the little things and telling them that you are proud of them. And by giving out that pride to other men, I think it allows us to see the small things that we should be proud of ourselves. So write down things that you might not think of, actually have the act, set like a timer, 3 to 5 minutes or 3 to 5 things every single morning that you're actually proud of, and just connecting your mind to your pen, back to your eyes. It's gonna reinforce this and gonna keep in your mind throughout the day, and you're gonna think of things that you're proud of more and more. And this is gonna build so much self-confidence, so much self-love, that you're not gonna turn toward things like porn, masturbation to fill that void of self-love. Because what is porn and masturbation? It's reproduction for the brain. It's what we were put on this earth for. Your dick doesn't know if you're releasing into a vagina or not, you know? But every single time you ejaculate, it'll subconsciously tell yourself that you were trying to like receive this love that maybe you never got as a child. Build self-pride, build self-love. The second reason is you don't do enough shit. One of the best things I learned that helped me stop masturbating at night, because it was such a habit for me, like every single night I had this routine where I'd keep an extra hour for myself after doing all my work, and I would get the exact perfect porn video, go through like 6 different tabs, the Reddit, Twitter, like all the different porn apps to find the perfect video and have my like little jerk session by myself. Sometimes I bust 1, sometimes I bust 3 times, man. When I learned that like releasing like semen, like releasing, ejaculating is so much energy loss from your body, and the reason that we do it is because we lack. The reason that we do it is because we have an abundance of energy inside of that hasn't been released. So simply either scheduling harder things closer to the time that you typically masturbate, so whether at night or in the morning, doing like tough physical things then, or you can always pull up my calendar, editors, scheduling in more in your life of things that are toward your purpose. I always say the four pillars of life to keep you not only successful but fulfilled and purposeful is 1, you gotta have time for the work that is toward your purpose. And not just work that you don't like and you're just doing it for money, but trying to, if you're not able to do it yet, spending time finding and working on maybe that side hustle or that side business of work that you actually truly love. Because in this society, we fucking tell guys to go do these high-paying jobs or these potential high-paying jobs, whether it's like fucking starting crypto or becoming a, you know how many guys I hear become a fucking social media marketing manager? Like, holy shit. Or even what I'm doing, becoming a YouTuber. So many guys go into these jobs that they don't love, that have a high chance of money, and they just fall into this, a fucking, like, a new matrix, the red pill matrix now. So 1, you gotta schedule work or find work that you actually love. 2, time spent with loved ones, family members, significant other, your best friends, whatever the fuck that is. 3, you gotta have time scheduled for recovery. And recovery doesn't look like playing video games for 2 hours and becoming a fucking degenerate, jerking off. Recovery is like if you're an athlete. If you're an athlete, when I was in the height of my powerlifting days, trying to make it to the world championships, I was scheduling 2 hours every single day for like an ice bath, for a massage, for stretching, for meditating. That is what recovery is. So treat your body, treat yourself like an athlete for whatever you're doing in life. And the last one, the last pillar is scheduling your time for your self-improvement. And that could look like whatever. That could look like that one skill that you're trying to get good at, or that could just simply look like 2 hours to yourself just to produce thoughts. Instead of consuming all the time, consuming all these thoughts, you're sitting there with your journal opened up and you're just producing all your thoughts out. Those are the 4 most successful pillars for life. And if you have a mix of those in your schedule, I guarantee maybe in this week or the next day, you're not gonna cut masturbation out completely. That's okay. You're not gonna tell a beginner in the gym to go fucking bench 4 plates. But at least I guarantee you'll be able to cut it down in half. And finally, the third and final reason that you keep jacking off when you're bored, you're frustrated, when you're stressed, is because you made masturbation a stimulant. Masturbation, since the fucking dawn of time, what is ejaculating? It's releasing your seed. It's getting rid of something in your body. It's releasing energy out of yourself. But for some reason, we've done it so much over and over that we've learned that we can masturbate and actually get more energy from it. You hear so many other self-improvement YouTubers tell you that you shouldn't release your seed because after you get tired and you lose your masculinity and now you have no energy, you have no sexual energy to go penetrate the world. But for most of us, that's BS. I know when I jerked off a shit ton, yeah, sure, I'd be tired for a second, but after I'm ready to fucking go. I would get more energy from it. And now, because you've conditioned yourself to keep doing it without any consequence, it's become like my nicotine addiction. It's become like a drinking addiction. It becomes a stimulant. And the solution to this is like any other addiction, you replace that stimulant with a natural one. So masturbation, it's giving yourself so much dopamine at the point of ejaculation that after your dopamine lowers. However, that point of ejaculation lasts for quite a bit. That dopamine might last for an hour or 2 or 3. You gotta reverse that with natural forms of dopamine, such as an ice bath, a cold shower, where you temporarily lower your dopamine extremely quickly, quite the opposite of ejaculating. But after you lower your dopamine, it's gonna shoot back up and sustain it for a longer time, for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. So for me, I would always bust nuts like in between doing work because I was so bored and I was so frustrated, like, oh my God, I got so much shit to do, I'm so stressed. Like I need more energy. If I just bust it out, I'll get this energy. Simply, like, I know it sounds so stupid because it's like what Andrew Tate would tell you. Going down and doing 10 push-ups, running up the stairs or running back down, giving yourself that natural adrenaline, that natural wake up, that is gonna replace the masturbation. So just to recap, 1, develop pride in yourself, that will turn into self-love. And you have so much self-love that you don't need, that you've already covered the bases of masturbation being a way to fill the void of love in your life. 2, do more purposeful things in the day that get you tired. As men are we as humans are supposed to be tired by the end of the day from all the shit that we've done. We're not supposed to be able to wake up and scroll online for hours. The society has advanced way faster than our brains. And number 3, replace that stimulant with a natural positive stimulant. And I guarantee if you do these 3 things, and a bonus reason, I'm not here to tell you that masturbation is a sin or it's poison or it's gonna kill you. That's for you to decide. It's for you to look in the mirror and truly ask yourself, can I jerk off every day and not have any care about it and not look at these guys online and care so much what they think? Oh, if Damo or if this self-improvement YouTuber tells me to quit masturbating, it's like I have to do it because they're telling me I'm being a weak man. I don't want to be a weak man. And honestly, if you can look at that and look at us saying that you shouldn't masturbate and go, I'm fine with it, it doesn't affect me. Maybe you are more of a secure man than us. Maybe you have more balls than us. You can just go down your own path and you're okay with busting all these nuts. But you've made it this far in a video like this. If you're one of the guys who made it this far in this video, there is a high chance that masturbation, self-pleasure, not having any control over your sexual discipline is something that brings you a lot of shame. And unfortunately, there's no rule book, there's no guide to get you to do the steps. There is no step before the step. It is up to you to start. I wish I could lie and tell you that there's an exact way to how to start, because you'll probably follow my channel more for that. Trust me, I've been trying to find a way. But self-improvement and doing these things, they're hard. And it requires so much willpower and discipline. So you should be proud that you even got to the end of a video like this, that you even want to change, because that is the only first step, all right? Don't let busting nuts control your life. Love you.